Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a quick little review on a very challenging fragrance in my collection, and it's Bandit by Robert Piguet. Now the reason why this is a challenging fragrance is because this is a very old scent, but this is a newer release, newer reformulation, and the newer reformulation kind of loses a little bit of the magic than the older one. So I'm going to be reviewing the newer formulation for you guys and letting you guys know what I think about this scent. So if you are interested in Bandit by Robert Piguet, then keep watching. Bandit is a Chypre, and those fragrances I just want to add every single one to my collection. I love a good Chypre. They're just so beautiful to me, and they just smell so magical on the skin, but some of them can be on the challenging side, especially reformulations of old classics. So Bandit, I believe, was originally released like in the 40s, a very long time ago, and a lot of people seek out the vintage because the vintage is just perfect. I smelled the vintage once a very long time ago, and for transparency purposes I got this in a swap, so this was not sent to me to review, nor is this something I purchased. But if you guys want to know my opinion on this fragrance, I mean obviously you're watching this video, this is probably a fragrance I wouldn't buy initially if I smelled it on my skin, but this is something that I've grown to love. Now this formulation, the newest formulation, is very polarizing. A lot of people have a lot of love and history with the original or more vintages. The newer one, which I think was released in the 2000s, as harsher on the skin, way more polarizing, and it's something that you need to have patience with. So there's a lot of notes in this fragrance, obviously as a Chypre, but the notes I'm going to specifically be talking about is leather and oak moss, jasmine and orange blossom, as well as patchouli. Now, this fragrance opens up very harsh. It smells very ammonia-y. It can be very overpowering, very challenging, very offensive, at least from what I've gathered on my skin. Now, there are some fragrances out there that can smell a little bit like bug spray or chemicals or cat pee. And sometimes if you apply them a different way, if you spray them in the air, you walk into them, or you let them kind of dry down on your skin, after about like 5 minutes, that goes away. This is one of the fragrances where it gets ammonia-y and very green and very sharp on my skin for about 25 to 35 minutes. And if I had sprayed this on my hand at a fragrance shop, I would be interested because it smells interesting, but it probably wouldn't be something that I would wear, so it wouldn't be something that I purchased. But if I walked around and smelled myself like maybe an hour later, this might be something that I would pick up in the future. It's not a love at first sniff. It's something that I had to wear a few times to really enjoy. So I love Chypres. I love classic compositions. I love mature scents, but sometimes those compositions are not properly well balanced, and that can kind of feel a little bit disjointed. And the new formulation of Bandit kind of feels that way, just a little bit. At least the first 20 to 35 minutes. Again, it's harsh, it's powdery, it's heavy, it's suffocating. These are all negative things. But if you have patience, you're gonna be left with a really beautiful scent. Now, I don't exactly remember what the vintage smells like in comparison to this. I do remember I like the vintage more. So I have been interested, if I ever came across a vintage bottle of this, I would pick it up because I do actually like this version. But I have to wait an hour, at least 35 minutes, depending on the environment. So what I like about this fragrance is once it develops on the skin, it's a beautiful, rich, lush, very complex, beautiful leather fragrance, and I love leather. Now the problem I have in the opening is this harsh green opening is very strong and overpowers the leather and makes it smell like that fake synthetic leather. We all know those fragrances that try to be leather and it's just, ugh, you can't handle it. It's not that it's a strong leather scent, this leather is not good leather. And what I like is that when the oak moss kind of matures more on the skin, where it becomes more green, a little bit deeper, a little bit more mature, it really kind of softens the leather, and then the patchouli comes out and it's like, hello, here I am. And then the beautiful jasmine and orange blossom come out and soften everything and kind of make it a little bit more powdery, just a little bit. and that kind of softens the leather some more. I'd say the most predominant notes on my skin are the leather and the patchouli, and I really like that combination. It's very androgynous, it's kind of rebellious, but at the same time it's a very mature sophistication that I enjoy as well. It's kind of like the woman that shows up to the cocktail party and like a beautiful like Bottega Veneta dress wearing like a leather jacket and her hair's messed up because she was riding her motorcycle. This is what she'd smell like, in my opinion. And I like that. I like that there's a bit of cheeky rebellion in this fragrance. And the original had that too, and I love that. And I like that this fragrance smells powdery and soft, but has an edge to it. So I enjoy this composition a lot. It is a very challenging fragrance. It's not gonna be for everybody. But if you like Chypre fragrances and you like leather and you want something that has a little bit of edge to it, that's a little bit challenging, that's a little bit special, and you can wait a bit for it to come to the party because obviously the opening is way too harsh, I think Bandit by Robert Piguet is pretty great. Now, obviously, I am reviewing the new formulation. So this review is only for their new formulation, and I've only tried the original once. So I don't have a lot of experience on previous formulations of this fragrance. But my review of this bottle, this formulation is, it's interesting, I enjoy it, I fell in love with it after wearing it a bunch of times. It's not for everybody, it's a very challenging scent, but if you want to try something special and mature, has a little bit of a tough edge to it, I think Bandit is really gorgeous. It has great longevity, great projection, not work appropriate, good Lord, no. I am an oversprayer, you guys. One spray of this on my wrists, dab it once, dab it there, more than enough. So you do not, this is a very heavy fragrance. This can be a very suffocating fragrance. A lot of people like that, and most of the time I do. But if you spray too much of this, you will pass out. It is so heavy and thick. So because this is a more challenging fragrance in general, I would not say that this is a fragrance that's appropriate for a professional setting, just personally. But you wear whatever you want. You do you, boo-boo. You like to try new fragrances. If you like classic, mature compositions, if you're tired of the fruit trulies out there and you want something with a little bit of edge, I think this is worth at least trying on your skin a few times. I actually do enjoy it. But anyway, guys, that's my review of Bandit by Robert Piguet. I'd love to know what you guys think. Have you tried this formulation? Have you tried the original? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.